In this podcast, we'll learn the secrets of wealth creation by one of the world's greatest millionaire, Jim Rohn. Sit tight, take notes, and do not skip anything. All the best.
Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time we're tackling Jim Rohn and his take on getting rich.
Oh yeah, Jim Rohn.
And we watched a speech of his on YouTube called "Getting Rich is Easy."
It is easy.
But it's not just about money. It's about
right.
like all this other stuff.
Personal development.
Yeah.
Setting goals.
Yeah, and like kind of what we were talking about before we started recording is like it's about like a lot of self-help stuff too.
Well, he kind of was one of the originators of that.
Yeah.
You know, of the modern self-help movement.
Totally. Yeah.
And Jim Rohn, I mean, just a fascinating guy. Idaho farm boy.
Yeah.
You know, built $1 million fortune by the time he was 31.
Crazy.
And then lost it all.
And then lost it.
And then built it back again.
That's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, he learned a lot of lessons.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive into all this stuff, but I think first, like, what really stood out to me was that it's like you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
It's actually
like the core message.
Work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Which is kind of counterintuitive because you're like, wait, shouldn't I be focusing on my career?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too.
Yeah.
But he's saying that if you work harder on yourself, then you're going to become more valuable in the marketplace.
Yeah. It's like you are the product.
He uses the analogy of a ladder.
Oh, yeah?
You know?
The marketplace is a ladder.
The marketplace is a ladder.
And you're climbing.
And you're trying to get to a higher rung.
Based on?
And you get to that higher rung by becoming more valuable.
Right. And so, like, if you're more valuable, it's like, oh, well.
Right.
Like, I can ask for more money.
You can ask for more money. You can
get a promotion. I can ask
worth more.
Whatever it is that I'm trying to do in the marketplace.
Right.
Okay.
So, but then that begs the question of, like, how do you become more valuable?
How do you gain experience?
Yeah. He gives 3 ways.
Yeah.
One is personal experience.
Okay.
And he says, if you keep doing what you've been doing, the next 6 years will be just like the last 6.
That's pretty.
So look back at your last 6 years.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
What are my patterns?
What mistakes did you make?
Yeah.
What did you do right? What did you do wrong?
What can I stop doing?
So personal experience is number 1.
Got it.
Number 2, other people's experience.
Okay.
He says it's too bad failures don't give seminars.
I know, that's so funny.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, we should find those people.
I know.
And just be like, tell me all your mistakes.
You can find that if you observe and if you listen.
Right. It's like you have to actively be seeking that out.
Yes.
And so it's like watching other people, watching how they do things.
Watching them succeed, watching them fail.
Reading about how other people have.
Reading autobiographies or biographies.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like.
So that's number 2.
Number 2. Got it.
Number 3, books.
Okay.
He says he got into reading because of his mentor, Mr. Scha.
Oh, yeah.
And he said the reason he became a millionaire was because his mentor was a millionaire. And the reason his mentor was a millionaire was because he read a book.
Wow.
On how to be a millionaire.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like
It's
there's that saying of like you are like the average of like the 5 people you hang out with most.
Yeah, the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Yeah, and so it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
But with books.
Absolutely.
It's like you're learning from
being mentored
better people
by the authors of those books.
Yeah, okay.
And he recommends 3 books.
Okay, what are they?
The Bible, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
Familiar with that one? And The Richest Man in Babylon.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
I haven't read it.
Those are his 3.
Top 3.
Well, those are the 3 that he mentions.
Yeah.
In this speech.
And so it's not just about reading them passively, right?
No. It's about.
He talks about capturing the value. So writing things down, journaling.
He's a big journaler.
A big journaler, yeah.
Okay, so we have like this foundation of like working on yourself.
Right.
Consistently gaining experience.
Yeah.
Through those 3 avenues that you talked about.
Right.
And then capturing those insights in a journal.
Capturing the value.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the next step on this?
Right.
On this roadmap to success?
The next step is setting goals.
Okay.
And he has a really interesting perspective on goal setting.
Yeah.
He says that
the real value of setting a goal is not in achieving the goal.
Yeah. It's who you become in the process.
So it's about the journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
But did he always achieve his goals?
He tells the story about setting a goal with his mentor.
Okay.
To be a millionaire by 25.
And he did.
He did. Okay.
He-
So he's like 1 for 1 so far?
But then he lost it all.
Oh, no.
by 33.
How do you lose it all?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay. That's suspense.
But his point
Yeah.
is that even though he lost the money,
Yeah.
the lessons he learned, the skills he developed,
Yeah.
the person he became
Yeah.
in the process of earning that fortune
Yeah.
were far more valuable than the money itself.
It's not what you get that makes you valuable.
Right.
It's what you become.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so losing his fortune
Right.
obviously shaped how he
It did.
approached goal setting.
Yeah.
But, like, what did he actually tell people to do?
Right. So what did he do?
Yeah.
He decided that a structured approach was important,
Okay.
and he gives a 4-step process
Okay.
for setting goals.
What's that?
Decide what you want.
Okay.
Write it down.
Right.
Keep your old lists
Okay.
so you can see how you've grown and how your priorities have changed. And then number 4, celebrate when you check things off.
Like, actively celebrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
He tells a funny story about
What is it?
how he dramatically checked off visit Spain from his list
Uh-huh.
the moment his plane touched down in Madrid.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So it's not just about making a list and forgetting about it.
Yeah.
It's about actively engaging with your goals, tracking your progress,
Yeah.
and giving yourself those little pats on the back
Okay. So
along the way.
we've got decide what you want, write it down, keep your old lists,
Right.
and celebrate your wins as you check things off.
Right. And he cautions against setting goals that are too small
Right.
or too easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He says,
Interesting.
don't set them so low that you don't have to retry or stretch.
So it should be something that's going to make me uncomfortable.
Right.
Okay.
And then he shifts his focus to financial independence.
Okay, let's talk money.
Yeah.
So what does that even mean?
Yeah, what is financial independence?
Like, is it just having a lot of money?
Right. Well, he defines it as the ability to live from the income of your own personal resources,
Okay, so that means
meaning you have enough
passive income.
passive income to cover your expenses without relying on a traditional job.
So you don't have to work.
Right.
Got it.
So he lays out a 20-year plan,
Whoa, 20 years.
starting at age 15.
I'm way behind on that.
But he also reassures us that it's never too late to start,
Okay, good.
no matter your current age or circumstances.
Okay.
And he emphasizes that the key is adopting the right philosophy.
Okay, so what is the right philosophy?
Well, he contrasts the philosophy of the poor with the philosophy of the rich.
Okay, this sounds interesting.
Yeah, the philosophy of the poor
Uh-huh.
is spending first
Okay.
and investing what's left.
Which is what most people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The philosophy of the rich is investing first
Okay.
and spending what's left.
So flipping the equation.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, oh, that's easy to say.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling just to make ends meet.
Yeah.
How could I possibly
Yeah.
prioritize investing when I'm barely?
Yeah. How do I invest when I don't have money to invest?
Right. And he acknowledges that.
Yeah.
But he emphasizes that it's not about the amount of money you have,
Yeah.
but the mindset you adopt.
Okay, so even if you can only invest a small amount each month,
Right.
it's about building that habit.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that. So it's more about
Yeah.
shifting your priorities.
Got it. So then he gets into the nitty-gritty of managing your money.
Okay.
He introduces the 70-30 rule.
Okay, what's that?
You should never spend more than 70% of your income,
Or how much you make.
no matter how much you make.
So that means 30% goes to other stuff?
Right. And he breaks down that 30% into 3 categories.
Okay.
10% goes to charity or giving back to the community.
Okay.
10% goes to active capital,
Active capital, what is that?
and 10% goes to passive capital.
Okay, I want to hear about both of those.
Okay, so active capital
Yeah.
is money you invest in your own ventures and efforts to generate a profit.
Okay.
It gives an example of
Yeah.
kids pooling their money to fix up a broken wagon
Okay.
and then selling it for a profit.
So they're being entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
And then passive capital.
So active is like you're actively involved.
You're putting in the effort.
I got it. Okay.
Passive capital is investing your money in a way that allows others to use it to generate profits
Okay.
and pay you interest.
So like putting in a high yield savings account or
Yeah.
investing in the stock market or real
Yeah.
estate or
Yeah.
something like that.
And he highlights the power of compound interest
Yeah.
over time.
Time is on your side.
Exactly. And then he draws a powerful comparison.
Oh, from the Bible.
From the Bible, he says the borrower is a slave to the lender,
Oh, yeah.
and he emphasizes the importance of being in the lender position.
Oh, so like loaning people money?
Well, not necessarily loaning people money, but not being in debt, not owing anybody.
Got it.
He also talks about changing your mindset towards paying bills and taxes.
Okay.
Instead of viewing them as burdens,
Uh-huh.
he encourages us to see them as positive actions
What?
that contribute to a stable society and economy.
So it's like an investment
It is an investment.
in the world.
Right. Right.
Got it. Okay, so we've talked about personal development. We talked about
Right.
goal setting.
Yeah.
We talked about financial independence. Is there
Yeah.
anything else in this speech that
Yeah.
stood out to you?
Well, he ends with 4 powerful questions that he encourages everyone to ponder.
Okay, what are those?
The first question is why?
Why anything?
Why? Why work hard? Why strive for growth?
Right.
Why push ourselves beyond our comfort zones?
So it's kind of like figuring out your why.
It is. It is, yeah.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people don't spend enough time reflecting on that.
Yeah, they get so
Yeah.
caught up in.
They get caught up in the day-to-day
Yeah.
and they lose sight of
The big picture.
the bigger picture, yeah.
Okay, so that's question number 1.
Right.
Why? What about number 2?
Number 2 is, why not?
Okay.
Why not see what you're capable of achieving? Why not chase your dreams no matter how ambitious?
I like that one.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's about shifting from a mindset of limitation
yeah.
to a mindset of possibility.
Yeah, and it's like, why not me?
Yeah.
Why not now?
Right.
Which leads perfectly to question number 3.
Right, which is why not you?
Why not you?
Yeah, I love that.
If others can achieve success, why not you?
It's so simple but so powerful.
Yeah.
It's like he's looking right at us being like, hey,
He is.
you're listening to this.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why not you?
And why not now?
Why not now? Okay, so that's the last one.
That's the call to action.
Yeah, don't wait.
Don't wait.
It's like overcome that procrastination
Yeah.
and just start doing the thing,
Just take the first step,
even if it's small.
even if it's a small step.
Okay.
This is all very inspiring, but it's also like a little intimidating, right?
It can be.
Because you're like, oh my gosh, there's like so much I need to do to like
Right.
achieve all this success.
But remember, his journey wasn't a straight line to success.
right?
He faced setbacks.
Yeah.
He learned from his mistake.
He lost all his money.
He did
It did.
at one point.
Yeah, and then he built it back up.
Bounced back.
Yeah.
So it's okay
Yeah.
to fail as long as you learn from those failures.
Right. And he ends his speech by saying,
Yeah.
I wish you all the success I've had and more.
I love that. He's like, I'm not
He wants to see
hoarding
it's-
these.
He wants to see you succeed.
Yeah. He wants everyone to succeed.
Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what does this all mean for our listeners?
that's a great question.
We've talked about all these principles, you know?
Right.
Work on yourself. Set goals.
Yeah.
Build financial independence.
Yeah.
But like, how do you actually apply all this stuff? Well, I think those 4 questions are a great place to start,
Right.
you know?
You're wow.
Why not you? Why not now?
Yeah.
Take some time to reflect on those.
Journal about it,
Yeah.
like Jim Rohn would do.
Absolutely.
What is it that you really want?
Right.
What's holding you back?
Yeah. What's one small step you can take today,
Yeah.
inspired by Jim Rohn,
Maybe it's
to start moving toward those goals?
reading Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's starting a journal.
yeah.
Maybe it's having a conversation with someone
Yeah.
who you admire
Who we admire.
that embodies
Yeah. Yeah.
these principles.
Okay. So what resonated with you
Yeah. What resonated with you from this deep dive?
from this deep dive?
Remember, your journey to success starts with you.
So good.
It's about taking ownership
Yeah.
of your personal growth,
Yeah.
setting those goals,
Yeah.
and developing the right mindset
Yeah.
and habits
To achieve them.
to achieve them.
So before we wrap up, we wanted to leave you with one final
Yeah.
thought-provoking question,
Okay.
which is,
Okay.
Jim Rohn talked about achieving financial independence in 20 years.
Right.
Do you think that's realistic in today's world?
That's a great
The
question.
world has changed a lot.
The economic landscape
Yeah.
has definitely shifted since Ron first shared these insights.
Yeah, we've got the gig economy,
Well,
we've
yeah.
got rising living costs,
Yeah.
we've got all these different...
And different investment opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think has changed the most? And what strategies might need to be adapted?
That's a great question for the listeners
Yeah.
to ponder.
We want to know what you guys think. So
Yeah.
head over to our social media channels.
Right.
Use the hashtag Deep Dive Run.
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts.
We'd love to hear from you.
We love hearing from you guys
Thanks for joining us
on this deep dive.
into the wisdom of Jim Rohn.
Until next time, keep learning,
Keep growing
keep growing,
and keep striving.
and keep striving for your own definition of success